Hello, KMA Tribe. It is Grandmaster Stephen Del Castillo, Krav Maga Martial Arts here. Welcome back to this podcast, Meditations on Mastery. It has been a little too long since I have spoken to you, but I have an exciting show for you here today. Because I got this great summer camp going on out there, and two of the people in this great summer camp are two amazing black belts of mine. And, they're really young and amazing black belts. And I'm talking about Corinne and Layla Servatius, and they've been training with me just over 3 years. Their father is a chief warrant officer in the Coast Guard. And the reason that's relevant is because they're moving to Alaska real soon. And the cool thing is the parents, mom and dad started talking to me over a year ago about the plan on making sure that the girls are going to be ready to test for their certified black belts before they go. And that's what we've been doing. And I thought before they leave us, how awesome would it be for them to tell a little of their story and their black belt leadership journey and the time they've been here. So in a second, I'm going to turn the camera that way. I warn you in advance, they're not only awesome, focused, disciplined black belts, but they're really cute. So try to, they're laughing. All right, here we go. Here they are. So try to, okay, good. I think you guys are there. So as I told you guys, don't be nervous. Really, we just want to talk a little bit about your journey, and we want you to share with others about what you've gotten here. So first question, and you can both answer. I'll ask every question to both of you, and you can both answer, okay? Anytime that one of you wants to answer and it's the same answer, you don't have to, this is right. But so the first question is, I'm right? You've been training just a little longer than 3 years here. And I know you had trained a little bit in advance somewhere else when you were even younger, right? So,
4.
Okay. So how old were you when you started training with me?
7, I think. Yes.
Okay. And how old are you now?
10.
Okay. And you guys are going to be testing for your certified black belts, your probationary black belts now, and you've been doing all of the camps and everything that, plus some extra work to make sure you're going to be ready. So first question is, how excited are you?
I'm very excited. I'm excited to get my first free black belt.
Awesome. Why don't you guys move a little closer just to make sure the sound is good, just to make sure they can hear you. Because I don't have a mic or anything over there, so we want to make sure you're talking into this. So, okay. So you're very excited. Let me ask you this. Are you a little nervous?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you more nervous about your black belt test or about talking on this podcast?
Both.
And by the way, it's a fair question because one of the things is, honestly speaking, a couple of years ago, you probably couldn't do this, right?
No.
You agree? Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, the amount of confidence for somebody to be able to get and talk to, knowing that you're talking to hundreds of people on the other side of this camera, that takes a lot of confidence for a 10-year-old girl. I bet you most 10-year-olds couldn't do that. But it's because you're becoming confident and competent black belt leader. So let me ask you, first of all, what do you love most about training at Krav Maga Martial Arts?
I love most that I get to learn, do stuff, also leadership and stuff.
Okay. Awesome.
I like to learn, how to protect myself and do, nunchucks or, sword or collie. Those are really fun, too.
Awesome. And if I was to ask, and by the way, I know I didn't give you any questions ahead of time or anything, but because I just want you to really answer just honestly off the top of your head and your heart. If I was to ask what you think are some of the greatest benefits or skills that you've developed over the last 3 years, what would they be?
Probably can I say focus, leadership, stuff?
Absolutely, you can. I'm going to go close this door to get rid of some of the background noise, and you talk to the camera. Look at this camera here and tell them about what benefits you've developed through training, okay?
Benefits is leadership, focus, respect, some of those.
Okay, what about you?
Being a leader and more intensity, respect, and confidence to speak in front of people.
That's awesome. Now, let me ask you, was that something that was kind of challenging for you in the past?
Definitely.
Okay. All right. So here's a challenging question. And either one of you can Actually, do me a favor real quick. Introduce yourselves, which is which here to the camera. Go ahead.
I'm Layla.
Awesome. Okay, and then which one of you wants to answer this question? Layla points at Corinne. I love it. Okay. Okay. Can you remember a story about the first time you had to get up in front of a crowd here? And because I know we do that in the leadership development program. So when's the first time you had to get up and talk in front of some other people? And maybe a story about that.
The first time, I think it was here actually, when actually I didn't really talk to them, but I did the creed. So
And that was scary, but that helped.
for the first time.
Awesome. Awesome. What about you, Layla? You got anything to add to that?
I think my first time was the creed too, and it helped boost my confidence.
Isn't that amazing? Because of course you knew the creed, but getting up and having to lead the class in the creed was a whole different story, huh?
Yes.
Is there anything else? Can you think of another time? Or some other things that have helped you develop your confidence?
Some of the things that helped develop my confidence probably was the speech at the protest.
Oh, that's a good one. Can you share a little bit? Can you remember any part of that speech that you could share a little bit right now for my podcast audience?
Kind of hard to remember. I think some of it I said that it kind of helped me with like developing some of the superpowers he said, and then also leadership.
Yes. What about you? You got anything to add, Layla?
Protecting myself and like a lot of intensity and confidence, all your superpowers.
So as far as when you say protecting yourself, because I was asking specifically about confidence, but do you mean that the knowledge that you can defend yourself has made you more confident?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. So, by the way, what grade are you guys in?
Fourth grade.
Fourth
Going to
grade.
fifth. Going
to fifth. And so you'll be going to fifth grade in Alaska?
Yes.
That is awesome. Are you guys excited about that trip?
Yes. Can't believe it's Friday.
Is it Friday you're leaving?
Yes.
Wow. And then you'll actually be coming back to test for the black belt.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. So I don't know for sure if you can do this or not. It's okay either way, but is there a story around that? Can you tell a little bit of the story about how your mom and dad managed to plan all of that and orchestrate it so that you'll be coming back?
So they already took a road trip up there, and then they came back because our dog was down here with someone and to take care of her, and we were with our grandparents, and then we came back here to do the crop camp, and now this Friday, once we're done with the graduation, we're gonna go on the road.
That's amazing.
2 hours, I think. Like our RV.
And then where?
And then we're gonna come back. Well, I'll go to Alaska, then we'll come back here for second crop camp, and then we're gonna come back here in September where our first degree is.
And I happen to have just learned from you the other day that that's going to be such an epic time in history, because let's get this straight. So you come Friday night and you do your black belt speeches and all those other Friday night activities with black belts. Yeah. Then Saturday you do craft camp all day, and then the Saturday night black belt stuff. But then Sunday, which is the actual day of graduation that you'll get your first degree black belt, is also another very special day, right?
Yes.
Tell the audience.
It's our birthday.
So you guys are going to get your certified black belt on your 11th birthday.
Yes.
That is amazing, huh? That is awesome. That is awesome. So, so let's talk. I'll tell you what. Why don't we talk about, because obviously you guys have been developing the black belt superpowers. So let's talk a little bit about those superpowers. The first one is focus, right? And focus, of course, is the ability to block out distractions and concentrate on what's important. Tell me a little bit about how you think, either about your improvement in focus or about how you think focus will serve you well going forward.
I think it will serve me well as to focus on others and to like help me through out life.
Like, what are some examples? Tell me more. Some examples of parts of life where the focus is going to help you.
Probably like focus on something that I need to get done instead of what I want to get done.
I like it. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you were alluding a little bit to the discipline superpower too, but yes, focusing on something you need to get done to accomplish something you want to accomplish, you mean, right? Like, instead of just playing around is what you mean, right? Like, okay, good. What else?
So if like someone's speaking, you want to put your eyes on them and not focus on any distractions around them.
I love it. Let me ask you this, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm pretty sure you can. Can you do the 4 laws of concentration for them?
Focus your eyes, focus your ears, focus your mind, and focus your mind.
Yeah, 2 class. All right. Well, since Corinne took the lead on that, Layla, you get to talk to the second one, which is respect. And of course, the 2 types of respect we teach you are the respect for ourselves and respect for others. Would you like to speak to either one of those, like how we show respect to ourselves or how we show respect to others?
For just respect for others, you pay attention to them and not like anything else around, and you give them the respect when they're doing something, like if they're demonstrating something, and you put your eyes on them.
Well, good. We're actually in the middle of a podcast. Okay, what else?
Respecting yourself is like not trying to hurt yourself or you can like eat healthy stuff.
I love that. Say that more because that is so good.
So like
So-
do it again.
Yeah, like you were saying, respecting yourself is, and talk to that.
Well, respecting yourself is like eating healthy, not trying to hurt yourself or trying not to get something like in your mind that something that's like trying to make you stop doing something, and then you go and say, no, keep doing this stuff that you need to.
Doing more things that are good for you, less of the things that aren't. And believing in yourself, right?
Yeah.
Love it. And you guys kind of already spoke a little bit about discipline, and obviously you've been demonstrating discipline because you guys have spent the last 3 years, not just in the regular training, but you've been in my leadership program, even my certified instructor training program. It's been really, really impressive. You guys have come to the crowd camps. You guys have done everything. So you're definitely showing some discipline. But anything you guys want to talk about with that?
For self-discipline is what you do on yourself. So like I will do an example for that. To make your bed and not your parents telling you to.
Oh, I love it. So good job. Good job. Okay. And folks, discipline. So next is confidence. I guess we've already spoken a little bit to that, but anything else you want to say about confidence?
Just try to believe in yourself and not be scared to go and like go over your don't stay in your comfort zone. Yes. Go out of your comfort zone.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay. So focus, respect, discipline, confidence, gratitude. What is gratitude? You know that one?
I know. Help others or like.
Let me ask you this. I got a fun way we're going to go with gratitude because here's what gratitude really is. To be honest, when I wrote the book, I wrote vision and I had not written about gratitude. And then I realized that you can't really have vision without gratitude. Gratitude means that we're grateful for the blessings we already have. So I have a question for you. How grateful are you that your parents put you in this program?
Very grateful. Very grateful. So I can protect myself throughout life.
Awesome.
Very grateful of that. Just like Nancy said, protect myself throughout life and have like all the different powers and.
So I'll tell you what, look into the camera because I guarantee mom and dad are going to be watching this. So look into the camera and give them a heartfelt message. Tell them how much you appreciate that they put you in this school 3 years ago.
Thank you for putting me into school, for protecting myself and respecting others, confident for like public speaking, all that stuff. Thank you for helping me protect myself and being a leader and go out to public and speak.
Love it. Love it. You guys are doing great because this is scary, right? But is it getting better as we go? All right. Thank you, sister. Okay, good. And the last one is vision. You guys know what vision means?
Sleep. I don't think I really.
So let me remind you, because you do know, but you just kind of forgot right now. You're on the spot. So let me remind you. When you started here, and remember when you did that vision board about becoming a black belt one day, right? And it had all that stuff. Like, yeah, just think how cool it's going to be. Like it was a little over 3 years ago that you set the goal, that you did the vision sheet, that you did the vision board. And just think, in a few months, you're going to be walking that stage and it's going to have to be true. And that's how vision is done. It's about seeing the future and then making it true and then creating it. And that's why I was so proud of you guys that I wanted to have this talk today, because sometimes people kind of have a vision, but they don't see it through. It's when we know our vision was true is when we see it through, like you guys are doing. By the way, speaking of that, we also know you're not necessarily done just because you get your black belt. So what's the rest of your vision and your goals in the martial arts?
So I think it's like, so if I get first degree, I'm gonna be a second degree. Once I get that, I'll go to third.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys will find an amazing school in Alaska to continue. And then one day when you come back here, remember you always have a sensei job here. You can come back and you ever come back to Florida. You know where your mom and dad want to retire at? Yeah, because I know your dad's getting ready to retire after Alaska, right?
Yes, I do not know.
Oh, okay. We'll have to interview him some other time. Is there anything else you guys would like to share with remember, this is other students and parents of students and maybe future students and parents. How about this? Any advice for anybody else about starting training or about somebody that's new to training? You got any advice for any younger students?
Never give up and always try your best.
Love it.
To keep going and don't quit.
Love it. Very, very. You guys are very similar in all your great ideas as well as other things. You must be twins. Well, I am super proud of and grateful for you. Is there anything else that you want to share before we turn this off? All right. Well, thank you, girls. I'm so proud of you. You get to go out and enjoy the rest of your camp. Then hopefully this podcast will get up really quick so you can watch it with mom and dad later. And now not only them and all of us here at the school are excited to see you get your black belt in September, but all of the rest of the people that saw this or listened to this podcast interview.
Yes.
All right, guys. Good job. Prepare to live, empower to lead. I'm Shan Steve, and we will see you next time.